Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from Group 1. We are proudly present the materials for our study under the title is Grammar and Genre in Imagism. Before we start our discussion for today, let me introduce my members group. For the first one, my name is Muhammad Rafel Ramadhan as moderator and Khaira Fadhlika and Layla Ummy as a readers. First, the materials will be read by Khaira Fadhlika. Khaira Fadhlika, time is yours.
Okay. Wait a minute. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will explain about grammar and genre in Imagism. So, the goals of this material is this unit experiment with grammatical pattern in poetry in order to help us think about the process involved in translating experiences and delve into the types of text that is a poem. So, what is Imagism? Imagism is a genre of modern poetry that is often found in Anglo-American literature. This genre of poetry was pioneered by Ezra Pound, an American. Besides that, this genre of poetry was also embraced by Emmy Lowell, G.G. Fletcher, and R. Eldington. The characteristic of Imagist poetry is 1. Free verse, 2. Imagery, 3. Common speech and language, everyday occurrences important in the life of common people. Next is metaphors and other literary device. And the last one is describes a single moment in time. Making modern poetry, format, genre, and the invention of Imagism. Although much attention has recently been given to modern little magazine, critics largely have failed to consider how the bibliographical elements of this magazine were instrumental in their production and dissemination of poetic modernism. Focusing on poetry, a magazine offers, this article argues for importance of these elements, showing how format leads to form. It contends that poetry extended the poetic presentation already at work in Middlebrough Mass Circulation magazine, turning the poem into an aesthetic object for contemplation, isolated on the page and framed by a border of white space. Subsequently, this promoted a consolidation of genre and opening up of form that pitted poetry against popular verse. Finally, this article shows that this formal and generic innovation uniquely position poetry to showcase imagism, and offers a rereading of one of its most lasting example, found in a station of the metro. The next material will be read by Layla.
Okay, next matter is from experience to language. For well over a year, I have been trying to make a poem of every beautiful thing that befell me in the Paris underground. I got out of a train at, I think, La Concorde, and it the jostle I saw a beautiful face, and then, turning suddenly, another and another, then a beautiful child face and then another beautiful face. All that day I tried to find words for what this made me feel. This night, as I went home along the Rue Rayonnard, I was still trying. I could get nothing but sport in color. I remember thinking that if I had been a painter, I might have started a wholly new school of painting. Next is proving grammatical patterns back to form. The poem has been grammatically scrambled in that the non-pros has prepositional phrase, which comprise it has been jogged up, orthography or the capitals, punctuation, and so on, which normally signal line endings and sentence boundaries, has been stripped away so that all that you are left with is a collection of underrated phrase referring more possible to the grammatical information provided in units A3 and B3. Now try to reassemble the poem into some form to coherent unit. The next matter is grammar and literary genre. There are indeed many ways of bolting together the price that comprise the poem, resulting in a number of possible permutations. This come about largely because of the absence in the original of the one crucial grammatical feature, which we shall consider shortly and in the commentary that follows. Consider how compressed to both your own poem and your rearrangement. So this is the example of grammar and literary genre you can see in the PPT. So next, style in a single poem and exemplification. First is over a set of framing questions designed to help organize the exploration of single literary text from multiple stylistic perspectives. The Campbell by Michael Langley. Next, the weather in Japan 2000. The next is what can we say about the general patterns of grammar in the poem? What can we say about the foreground patterns of grammar in the poem? What can we say about sound and rhythm in the poem? Graphology in the poem, vocabulary and word structure in the poem, and then the last is what other ways might the poem have been written? So this is the example of style in the single poem. You can read it directly. And now I give it back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you. That's all from today our discussion. Any mistakes that occurred during the discussion, we are sorry. If from you guys want to ask questions, please ask in the discussion form on e-learning. Thank you so much for the attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.